Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Before we get into this video, I wanted to let y'all know that I am posting weekly podcasts to my Patreon, patreon.com/DrewBonnerMusic, where I talk about things that I'm recommending you go check out. This video is basically going to be an example of that. But last week I talked about Corey Wong and the Hornheads version of a Stevie Wonder medley. That's absolutely insane. You should go check it out. And yeah, if you're into that kind of stuff, go to my Patreon, patreon.com/DrewBonnerMusic. I like to talk about music and movies and podcasts and YouTube videos and basically anything that I consume that I think is worth sharing with everyone. So go check it out if you want to support me and want more music videos from me. Patreon.com/DrewBonnerMusic. All right, let's get into the video now. So before the lockdown last spring, I had been going to the movies a lot. I'm talking 2 to 3 times per week, if not more. I had the Alamo Drafthouse season pass, which is similar to Movie Pass, if you're familiar with that. Basically, you pay a monthly fee, and you can go see one movie every day. It was magical. But now I haven't been to a movie theater in over a year. So what I'm recommending you do is check out a drive-in movie near you. I was doing some research for this video and I came across some incredible statistics. So about 60 years ago was the golden age of drive-in theaters in America. Back in the late 50s, early 60s, there were 4,000 plus drive-in theaters. And today, there are 325. That's insane. This one really blew my mind. Part of the reason why drive-ins closed in such massive numbers was because of the Uniform Time Act in 1966, which mandated daylight savings time across the whole country from spring until fall. That meant that the sun didn't go down and these drive-in theaters had to move their start times back farther. And so they didn't have enough people, families and stuff weren't coming out because the movies were starting so late. That blows my mind. Like the butterfly effect of this daylight savings time thing. Crazy. Anyway, I went to see E.T. at this local theater, drive-in theater here in Austin, and it was wonderful. I've been to this particular drive-in twice before, and it's always been great. Service been great. Never had any problem with the projection or anything. If you've never been to a drive-in before, basically you just pull in, you show the person your ticket on your phone, typically, and you go and park in a spot. And the old drive-ins used to have this speaker can thing that you would hang on your window. I've actually never been to a drive-in like that. Every drive-in that I've been to, you just tune to the radio station and you listen to the movie that way. I would normally recommend you grab some snacks from the snack bar for the complete experience, but a lot of places aren't doing snack bar food because of COVID. So either eat before or sneak in a few snacks. I'm not saying I do that, but I'm saying it's possible. I'd also recommend that you go check out a movie that you've seen before and that you love. For me, that's always the best experience, where you know the movie, you know what's going to happen, you're not trying to follow the plot and the characters. You just want to go experience this thing that you love in a new way, which leads me to the subject of E.T. the Extraterrestrial. E.T. is one of my favorite movies of all time. The story is beautiful, the acting is phenomenal, and the music is perfect. I'm going to nerd out on the music in a little bit, but before I do that, I want to highlight these child actors. These 3 actors are just killing and leading this whole movie and putting in some seriously good performances. Also, spoiler alert if you haven't seen E.T. yet. There's this scene where the main character, Elliot, is crying about E.T. dying, and his monologue is heartbreaking. I was low-key weeping in my truck in the drive-in. Okay, now the music. I can't explain how much I love the score to E.T. John Williams' music is absolute magic. From the beginning of the movie where E.T. is kind of scary and unknown and the music is creepy and scary, and then in the middle where they're becoming friends and there's just this beautiful orchestration of the main theme hidden here and there, and then the epic ending chase and the final scene. It's all so good. There's two things that I want to talk about in particular when it comes to this score. The first is the ultimate meta movie soundtrack moment where John Williams quotes himself from a different movie. Basically, the scene is the kids have to sneak E.T. out of the house and it's Halloween, so they dress him up as a ghost. And so there's kids all over the neighborhood dressed up as various things, and E.T. through the sheet sees Yoda from Star Wars. And he starts saying, "Home, home." And Yoda's theme from Star Wars plays in the upper woodwinds in the orchestra.
Home, 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 home.
Imagine being so badass. If John Williams composed no other movie scores but E.T. and the original Star Wars trilogy, this moment would still make him the greatest film composer of all time. I love you, John Williams. The other thing that I want to talk about is the last 15 minutes of E.T., and it has this legendary story attached to it. So basically, when orchestras record for movies, they have a certain hit point that they have to hit. By this measure, we have to be at this frame in the movie. And the last 15 minutes of E.T. doesn't really have that much dialogue. It's just all action, and there's a ton of hit points, and they were having a hard time matching up the film to the music. And so Steven Spielberg was there at the session, and he said, okay, let's just play the music how it would naturally kind of ebb and flow, and I will recut the movie to match all the hit points up.
I'll be right here.
That is movie magic. Everyone, if you haven't watched E.T. in a while, or especially if you've never seen it, go check it out. It is so good. And if you want bonus points, go check it out at a drive-in movie theater. I linked a great website down in the description where you can find drive-ins close to you. Give them your patronage because there's nothing else like them. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this, please check out my Patreon, where I'm posting weekly podcasts very similar to this. You can also check out all the past episodes that I've done where I've recommended various things, so go check that out. I've been super busy over the past few months working on new projects and writing new music and arranging stuff, kind of all over the place, all over the spectrum a little bit. Definitely going to get back to uploading regular music videos. I have a bunch of other projects that I haven't talked about yet, but I'll be releasing soon. So if you want to stay up to date with all that stuff, make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified every time I release something. Keep in touch, and thanks again for watching. See you next time.